Captain Jim, Callahan stood before the Galactic Council, a gathering of the most powerful beings in the universe. His heart pounded as he scanned the vast, luminescent chamber, filled with representatives from countless species, each more exotic and imposing than the last. Taking a deep breath, he stepped forward, his voice steady but urgent. "Ladies and gentlemen of the Council," Jim began, "I come bearing a grave warning about Earth's defenses. Underestimate us at your peril." The room erupted in laughter. A tall, blue-skinned alien with intricate facial markings, Counselor Zara Tlari, leaned back in her chair, smirking. "Captain Callahan, we've seen your kind before. Primitive, reckless, and overconfident. What could Earth possibly have that we haven't already encountered?" Jim met her gaze, unflinching. "Our planet has developed advanced defense systems capable of repelling even the most formidable invaders. AI-controlled drones, satellite weapons, and biological warfare tactics are just the beginning." The laughter continued, but Jim pressed on. "We've faced countless threats and survived. Our ingenuity and determination know no bounds." Another council member, a hulking reptilian creature named Vectorin, sneered. "Prove it. Send a fleet to Earth. Let's see these defenses in action." The chamber buzzed with excitement. Jim knew this was his chance to prove Earth's capabilities. "Very well," he said. "But I warn you, you might not like what you see." Back on Earth, Jim and his team prepared for the impending test. Dr. Ethan Wright, a brilliant scientist and Jim's closest friend, joined him in the control center. "Do you think they're ready for this, Jim?" Ethan asked, adjusting his glasses. "They have to be," Jim replied. "We've worked too hard to let them dismiss us now." Ethan nodded, his eyes scanning the myriad of screens displaying Earth's defense network. "I've run simulations over and over. The AI drones are more efficient than ever, and the satellite weapons have been upgraded to maximum capacity. We just need to trust in our preparations." As the alien fleet approached Earth's orbit, the control center buzzed with anticipation. Jim's voice echoed through the room. "Engage defenses, now!" The sky lit up as AI drones soared into action, intercepting the alien ships with surgical precision. Satellite weapons fired beams of energy, slicing through the invaders' shields. The Council, watching from their chamber, stared in disbelief. Ethan monitored the systems, his fingers dancing over the controls. "They're falling back, Jim. Our defenses are holding." Jim watched the screen, his heart swelling with pride. "Keep the pressure on. We need to show them we're not to be underestimated." The alien fleet, decimated and retreating, sent a final transmission. "You were right, Captain Callahan. We underestimated you." The Council, no longer laughing, sat in stunned silence. Jim's image appeared before them once more. "This is what happens when you underestimate Earth. We may be a small planet, but we are far from defenseless." Counselor Zara Tlari leaned forward, her expression one of newfound respect. "Captain Callahan, it appears we owe you an apology. Earth's defenses are indeed formidable." Jim nodded, his gaze steady. "It's not just about our technology. It's about our will to survive, to protect our home and our people. Never underestimate the power of humanity's resolve." As the Council deliberated, Jim turned to Ethan. "We've shown them what we're capable of. Now, it's up to them to decide what kind of relationship they want with Earth." Ethan smiled, a rare moment of relief washing over him. "They'll come around. They have to." Jim's communicator buzzed with a message from the Council. The test had been more than just a demonstration. It had exposed a rogue faction within the Council attempting to undermine Earth's position. This revelation changed everything. Jim addressed the Council one final time. "We've proven our strength and exposed the treachery among you. Earth stands ready to defend itself, but we also seek peace and cooperation. The choice is yours." The Council's response was swift and unanimous. They extended an invitation for Earth to join as an equal, recognizing humanity's resilience and ingenuity. As Jim and Ethan returned to Earth, a sense of accomplishment settled over them. They had not only defended their home but also secured a place for humanity among the stars. Jim Callahan and Dr. Ethan Wright worked tirelessly in the control center, coordinating Earth's defenses for the incoming test. Jim's voice, clear and authoritative, filled the room as he gave commands to his team. Monitors displayed the alien fleet's approach, each screen buzzing with activity. "We need to stay sharp, everyone," Jim said, his eyes fixed on the main screen. "This is our chance to prove our capabilities." Ethan adjusted his headset, eyes scanning through lines of code and data streams. "The AI drones are ready, and satellite weapons are primed. We've done everything we can to prepare." Jim nodded, placing a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "Good. Let's show them what we're made of." As the alien ships breached Earth's orbit, the control center's lights dimmed, switching to red alert mode. Jim's voice cut through the tension. "Initiate defense protocols, now!" AI drones launched into the sky with incredible speed, intercepting the alien ships with pinpoint accuracy. The first wave of drones engaged, their advanced targeting systems locking onto enemy vessels. Jim watched as beams of energy shot from the satellites, tearing through the invaders' shields. "Status report," Jim demanded, his gaze unwavering. Ethan's fingers danced across the keyboard. "We're holding steady. The drones are neutralizing threats efficiently, and the satellite weapons are performing as expected." The council watched from their chamber, their expressions shifting from smug amusement to shock. Zara Tlari leaned forward, her eyes widening. "They're actually doing it," she murmured. Jim's focus never wavered. "Keep it up, team. We need to maintain this momentum." A sudden alert flashed on Ethan's screen. "Jim, we have an unauthorized signal. Someone's trying to interfere with our systems." "Can you trace it?" Jim asked, his voice tense. "I'm on it," Ethan replied, his fingers flying over the keys. "It's coming from within the Council's own fleet." "A rogue faction, perhaps?" Jim's jaw tightened. "We can't let them disrupt our defenses. Deploy countermeasures." Ethan executed the command, and moments later, the interference ceased. The alien fleet, now fully exposed to Earth's defenses, began to falter. Ships exploded in brilliant bursts, their debris scattering into space. "Unauthorized signal neutralized," Ethan confirmed, his relief palpable. Jim allowed himself a brief moment of satisfaction. "Excellent work. Let's finish this." The alien fleet, overwhelmed and retreating, sent a desperate transmission. "Earth forces, we concede. Your defenses are beyond anything we anticipated." The control center erupted in cheers, but Jim raised a hand for silence. "We're not done yet. Ensure all threats are neutralized and monitor for any further attempts at interference." Ethan nodded, his focus unbroken. "We're on it." As the last of the alien ships were neutralized, Jim's communicator buzzed. It was a message from the Council. The transmission revealed that the test had been more than just an evaluation. It had exposed a plot by a rogue faction within the Council to undermine Earth. Jim turned to Ethan, his expression grave. "We need to present this to the Council. It's not just about our defenses anymore." Ethan agreed, his resolve firm. This could change everything. Back in the Grand Hall of the Galactic Council, the atmosphere was markedly different. The representatives no longer laughed or mocked. They listened intently as Jim and Ethan detailed their findings. Jim's voice was steady and clear. "Not only have we demonstrated our defensive capabilities, but we have also uncovered a plot against Earth. The rogue faction within your ranks aimed to see us fail." The council members exchanged uneasy glances. Counselor Zara Tlari stood up, her expression serious. "Captain Callahan, Dr. Wright, your revelations are deeply troubling. We will investigate this matter thoroughly. In the meantime, it is clear that we have underestimated Earth." Jim nodded, his gaze firm. "We seek peace and cooperation, but we will not hesitate to defend ourselves against any threat." The council convened privately, their deliberations lasting several hours. When they finally emerged, Counselor Tlari addressed Jim and Ethan. "In light of your demonstration and the information you have provided, the Council extends an invitation for Earth to join as an equal. We recognize your resilience and your right to defend yourselves. Jim and Ethan exchanged a glance, a sense of accomplishment washing over them. They had not only proven Earth's strength but also secured its place among the stars. As they left the council chamber, Jim couldn't help but feel a mix of relief and readiness. We've shown them what humanity is capable of, Ethan. Now we build our future. Ethan smiled, a rare lightness in his expression. Together, as equals. Jim Callahan paced the length of the council's chamber, the gravity of Earth's newfound status weighing heavily on his shoulders. The invitation to join the Galactic Council as equals had come with both opportunity and responsibility. Earth was no longer a secluded planet, it was now a pivotal player in a much larger game. Ethan Wright stood by a console, analyzing streams of data. Jim, I've been digging into the Council's records. This rogue faction we uncovered, they've been active for years, undermining multiple planets' defenses. Jim paused, a frown creasing his brow. What do they gain from this? Power, Ethan replied. Control. They destabilize planets, then step in as saviors, consolidating influence. Jim's jaw tightened. We need to expose them. If they've been manipulating other planets, the Council must know. Zara Tlari, now an ally, approached them. Captain Callahan, Dr. Wright, we have a situation. The Council is in disarray. The revelation of the rogue faction has sown distrust among the members. Some suspect each other of being complicit. Jim nodded. We need to act swiftly. If the Council collapses, the rogue faction will take advantage. Zara led them to a smaller, more secure chamber. We need undeniable proof of their activities. If we can present that, we can rally the Council against them. Ethan tapped into the secure network, his fingers moving rapidly. I've found something. There's a hidden communication channel used by the rogue faction. If we can decrypt their messages, we'll have the evidence we need. Jim and Zara watched as Ethan worked. The room was filled with a tense silence, broken only by the soft hum of the computer. After several minutes, Ethan's face lit up. Got it. They're planning an attack on a Council member's home planet to further destabilize the Council. Jim's eyes narrowed. We need to intercept them. Can we trace their location? Ethan nodded. Already done. They're mobilizing near the Gorgas system. Zara's expression hardened. I'll gather a strike team. We can't let them succeed. Jim placed a hand on her arm. No. This is an Earth operation. We'll handle this. But we'll need your support to present the evidence once we've stopped them. Zara hesitated, then nodded. Agreed. Good luck, Captain. Back on Earth, Jim and Ethan assembled their best pilots and strategists. The mission was clear: intercept the rogue faction's fleet and prevent the attack. As they prepared to launch, Jim addressed his team. This mission is critical. We're not just defending Earth anymore. We're defending the stability of the entire Council. Stay sharp and remember, failure is not an option. The team launched into space, their ships cutting through the darkness with precision. As they approached the Gorgas system, the rogue faction's fleet came into view. Jim's voice was calm but firm. Engage targets. Let's show them what we're made of. The battle that ensued was fierce. Earth's pilots maneuvered skillfully, outmatching the rogue ships at every turn. Jim's leadership shone as he coordinated the attack, his commands clear and decisive. Ethan's voice crackled over the comms. We're pushing them back, but their flagship is heavily fortified. We need to take it out to secure victory. Jim acknowledged the message. I'm on it. Cover me. Jim's ship weaved through the chaos, dodging enemy fire. He locked onto the flagship and unleashed a barrage of missiles. The explosions rippled through the enemy vessel, crippling its defenses. Target neutralized, Jim reported, his voice steady. Good work, everyone. Let's mop up the remaining forces. With the flagship destroyed, the rogue faction's fleet quickly fell apart. The remaining ships either fled or surrendered. Jim and his team returned to the Council with the captured communications and proof of the rogue faction's plans. In the Grand Hall, Jim presented the evidence to the Council. This is what we've been dealing with. The rogue faction aimed to destabilize the Council, starting with an attack on Gorgath. We stopped them, but there may be more out there. The council members murmured among themselves, their distrust turning to unity. Councillor Zara Tlari stepped forward. Captain Callahan, your actions have proven invaluable. We must root out this corruption and restore trust within our ranks. Jim nodded, his resolve unwavering. Earth stands ready to assist. Together, we can ensure the safety and stability of the Council. Jim Callahan stood at the helm of Earth's flagship, the Horizon, preparing for the Council's crucial meeting. Earth's newfound status and the recent victories had earned respect, but Jim knew their position was still fragile. As he gazed at the stars, his mind was filled with the enormity of the task ahead. Ethan Wright approached, his usual calm demeanor replaced with a hint of urgency. Jim, we've received intelligence that the rogue faction is planning a final, desperate attack. They aim to disrupt the Council's efforts to root them out by targeting multiple planets simultaneously. Jim's eyes narrowed. We need to act fast. How credible is this information? Very credible, Ethan replied. It came from a trusted informant within the Council. We have coordinates and estimated times for the attacks. Jim turned to his crew, their faces reflecting a mix of determination and readiness. Prepare for immediate deployment. We need to intercept these attacks and protect the Council's members. As the Horizon's engines roared to life, Jim addressed his team. This mission is critical. We must prevent the rogue faction from succeeding and ensure the Council's stability. Failure is not an option. The fleet moved swiftly, traveling through hyperspace to the designated coordinates. Jim and Ethan coordinated their strategies, ensuring that each planet had adequate protection. The first target, a peaceful agricultural world, came into view. Rogue ships were already descending upon it. Engage all defensive systems, Jim ordered. Protect the planet at all costs. The Horizon's weapons fired with precision, intercepting the enemy's ships before they could cause significant damage. The battle was intense, but Earth's advanced technology and well-coordinated maneuvers turned the tide. Ethan monitored the situation, his fingers flying over the controls. We've neutralized the immediate threat here, but reports are coming in from the other locations. We need to move now. Jim nodded, his focus unwavering. Set course for the next target. We can't let them gain any ground. The Horizon and its fleet jumped to the next coordinates, arriving just in time to intercept another wave of rogue ships. The pattern repeated, swift engagement, decisive action, and the rogue faction's forces falling back under the relentless pressure. As they cleared the final battle zone, Jim took a moment to breathe. Ethan, status report. Ethan smiled, a rare sight. All targets protected, no significant casualties. The rogue faction's fleet is in disarray. Jim allowed himself a brief moment of relief before addressing the crew. Excellent work, everyone. Let's head back to the Council and present our success. Upon returning to the Grand Hall, Jim and Ethan were greeted by Councillor Zara Tlari and the other members. Their expressions were a mix of gratitude and admiration. Captain Callahan, Dr. Wright, Zara began. Your actions have once again proven Earth's commitment and capability. The rogue faction is effectively neutralized, and we can now move forward with restoring trust within the Council. Jim stepped forward, his voice steady and clear. We are honored to have helped. Earth stands ready to support the Council in any way necessary. Together, we can ensure peace and stability. The Council members nodded in agreement, their unity restored. As discussions continued on the next steps, Jim and Ethan found a moment to speak privately. Ethan, we did it, Jim said, a hint of pride in his voice. Ethan nodded. Yes, but there's still much work to be done. We've proven our strength, but now we need to help build a lasting alliance. Jim agreed. And we will. Earth has shown its value, and now we must continue to earn our place here. As the Council meeting progressed, it became clear that Earth's role in the galaxy was solidified. The rogue faction's threat had been neutralized, and a new era of cooperation and mutual respect was on the horizon. Jim looked out at the assembly, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment and readiness for the future. We've come a long way, Ethan. And we'll go even further together. Ethan smiled, his confidence in their path forward evident. Indeed, Jim. Together,